Hi Queens, Sam here. I hope that you're doing amazing. Listen, I took the Exodus Summit Move Abroad quiz just to see, what will be the recommendation of that quiz based on the number of questions that the quiz will ask me. So I went through it and guess which city slash country I got. So yes, I did get Mexico, and yes, I got Playa del Carmen. Listen, first of all, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to be putting a link to that quiz in the description below so you guys can do your own quiz and see what the results are. And so for me, was I surprised when I actually saw Playa del Carmen? Honestly, no. I actually do think that Playa del Carmen is a good option for me, and also because I've lived there in the past, I visited in the past, and I actually liked it. So, as you guys may or may not know, I lived recently in Playa del Carmen for 8 months. I was down there to give birth to my twins between 2023 and 2024, and that actually reminded me that I have been wanting to do a video on the pros and cons of living in Playa del Carmen from my own experience. So when the quiz actually gave me that answer, I was like, Sam, this is dead time to actually do that video. So here I am to give you that video of pros and cons. So Playa del Carmen, when I went to live there for, that longest period of time, it was my second time being there because I'd visited long time before. And at the time, it was like a village, to be quite honest with you. I don't even think that they had like more than 10 stoplight in the in there when we visited, but it was like a long time ago. So this time around, I really got to experience how big it got, and so many people, so many things to do and everything. So there are things that I really enjoyed and things that I did not enjoy that much. So I'm gonna start with things that I really did enjoy while living in Playa del Carmen. The first thing, it is a beach city. And one thing that I know for sure is when I move abroad, and I use move abroad very lightly. As you guys know, I do live in Canada, but I wasn't born in Canada. I was actually born in Benin, West Africa. So Canada is, I guess you can say, I've already moved abroad. So I'm about to move abroad again this second time around. But when I actually get to move abroad from Canada, I know that I want to be in a beach city. And so Playa del Carmen being on the beach was something that I really enjoyed. And I actually managed to find a place which was literally 10 minutes walk to the beach. Amazing. So, I could go in the morning, drop my son at his daycare, and go for a walk on the beach and then come back home. So I really, really enjoyed it. So if you're someone who enjoy being on the beach, Playa del Carmen is definitely the place to be. And actually, a lot of Exodus Summit ladies do live in Playa del Carmen. I got to meet some of them while I was living there. The other thing about Playa del Carmen that I also did enjoy is the weather. I've been living in Canada for more than 20 years. This is a great country, don't get me wrong. However, the weather. If you're not someone who enjoy winter, this might not be the country for you. Or try to come just to visit during the summer. If you're going to be living in Canada, especially in the provinces of Ontario, of Quebec, of those provinces where it gets cold during winter, you might not enjoy it. So been living here for 20 years, been literally enduring winter. And when I say enduring, it's really enduring winter. It's not a season that I actually enjoy. And it's usually during winter that I really remind myself, when are you going to be doing that move abroad, woman? Like, how long are you going to be enduring this before you actually get to live somewhere where you can enjoy all year around? So the weather in Playa del Carmen, I really enjoyed it for the entire time I was there. Yes, there were days it was raining really heavily and whatnot, but nothing close to like minus 40 degrees Celsius that we really have to go through here during winter in Canada. So the weather, if you're someone who likes hot, it gets humid, and hot and humid weather, this will be probably a good place for you. So that was the second pro. The third pro for me while living in Playa del Carmen was, of course, the cost of living. Compared to here in Ottawa, Canada, it's definitely not the same. I have to say that I splurged when I was down there because I really went for a place where it was probably a bit on the high end in terms of price, but I really wanted to be comfortable. I was pregnant, so I really wanted something close to the beach, close to the amenities, close to my son's daycare, close to the shopping, close to a lot of things. So like a very central place. And so I paid the price for it, and I was totally fine. But you can manage to find something that is really, affordable, like less pricey than what I actually end up paying, because at the time I rented a place, a two bath, two bedroom, two and a half bath, and in a very nice gated uh, gated property, and everything with the pool, with the gym, and all that. And I was paying at the time 1,600 US dollars. So it was pricey. But like I said, first of all, I knew I was not going to be there permanently, and also I had budgeted for it, and I wanted to be somewhere where I was really comfortable and close to the thing. So that was a personal choice. But I've heard of people living Playa del Carmen and having their rent like 800, 1,000 US dollars, and that is even something that might be a bit also a bit on the high end. You can find something way cheaper or way affordable. So cost of living, and of course, one thing that I guess the fourth pro for me, which is also linked to the cost of living, is that I was able to afford a nanny, right? A nanny, and also a cleaner on a more regular basis. So a nanny for me was life savior, because toward the end of my pregnancy, I have to say, with my son at the time was 3 years old, full of energy, wanted to do this and that, and I was so tired. I couldn't keep up with him. So having the nanny time to time, I'll send both of them to the park, like to some event for kids, wherever he could actually have fun, and she can run after him and all that, everything that I couldn't do then. And honestly, it wasn't costing me that much. And even after my twins were born, uh then the nanny was there literally 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with me 6 days a week, and helping me with the kids, helping me also with the cleaning, with the cooking. And it was affordable. Like, when I did the calculation, for me, I really got it made sense for me to actually invest that amount of money, and being able to have that help, that extra help, and relax, and really being able to enjoy my kids, and also to rest. Sometimes she'll be there with the kids, and I'll go for a nap and things like that. So all of that, that really here in Ottawa I cannot afford on a consistent basis. I still have a babysitter who comes time to time. Like today, she's here. She's here right now because I needed a break, and also I really wanted to record this video today. So she's here. She's downstairs taking care of the kids, and so that gives me that ability to be here. So one advantage of the cost of living, which is the fourth pro for me of living in Playa del Carmen, is definitely uh, the fact that I was able to have a nanny on a regular basis. And to be quite honest, at one point I did the calculation, because I knew how much my son's daycare teacher was being paid, and I was paying my nanny way more than what my son's daycare teacher was being paid. And she did realize that too, because the teacher somehow tried to recruit my nanny to become a teacher in the daycare, and my nanny was like, once she told me how much she was making, I was like, no, I'm good. So anyway, just to say that, for me, I felt like it was I felt it was affordable, but for her it was a lot of money, and I was happy to definitely pay that amount of money, because she was doing an amazing job. And so the fifth pro for me, living in Playa del Carmen, I have to say, is the food. The food. Did you hear me? The food. Anyway, the food was lovely. Even my little one, like, we will go, and I'm not even talking about food like as in going to a restaurant and sitting, like even like the local food, the street food. Like my oldest and I, when I was pregnant, we'll like go, like, right after I pick him up from daycare, we'll just walk to our favorite taco spot. They by then they knew us. They already knew what we're gonna be ordering. Sometimes, as we walk into them, they already start preparing because each of us, we had our favorite, and we'll sit there. You will have his little, taco. I'll have my taco as well, like, and so it was really good. It was also a nice bonding experience with my little one. And even, going to the restaurant, the normal restaurant, there's so many variety. Like you can have any type of food that you want there: French cuisine, Italian cuisine, Middle Eastern cuisine. Like it's right there. Like if you like seafood, or if you like vegan, gluten free, I honestly felt like, it does cater to any type of like, I guess any types of taste. And so I really, I'm a foodie. I love I love food. And just being in an environment where there are like so many different variety, I did never felt like I had to restrict myself. I discovered few meal, like, few I guess meals while I was there, especially local Mexican meals. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, the food was really a huge plus for me. And the last pro that I have, for Playa del Carmen, of course, for me was the healthcare. I can't say enough of the healthcare that I actually encountered while in being in Playa del Carmen. Not only with the clinic that I was with, for giving birth, like the birth clinic that I was with, but even when I had to go and get like some tests done, it's so done professionally. And what I love is like they take your phone, they take your WhatsApp information, and they send you the results. So I don't know for whomever, wherever you're living and watching this video, but here in Canada, nobody is sending you any results. They send that to your physician, and then your physician calls you. Over there is the total opposite. Any test that I had to do, they took my contact information, and then they sent me the result. And then it's up for you to send it to your doctor, or you can ask them to send it also to your doctor. But you get to see your own result. And for me, I like that because you can go through it, you can Google things, you can also start to understanding what exactly those results mean. And here in Canada, almost when you ask to see your own file, it's almost like, why do you want to see it? Is there anything? There's all of that, questioning going on. And I'm like, those are my own personal files. I should be able to access them without, going through, hoops. And so I have to say, the healthcare in Playa del Carmen for me was top. Even like, going to the pharmacy. Sometimes if I cannot see my doctor right away, there is a doctor in the pharmacy who can see me, and everybody has access to that. Healthcare is not a luxury over there, it's something that people can access. And so many like so many drugs, like here in Canada, will be like prescription drug. Over there it's over the counter, and so you can go and buy. So anyway, I have to say I was really really happy with the level of healthcare over there, and I really really enjoyed it. And for someone who has young kids, this is definitely a city that I will see myself moving to. Now, up to the cons, things that probably I didn't enjoy that much, which may definitely make me think of should I move to Playa del Carmen whenever I'm actually ready to move abroad. So the first thing is, it is a touristic place, right? So of course there is a plus for it being touristic, because there are so many people speaking English. You get to meet expats, people sometimes from your own country, and all of that, and bond with them. But the fact that it is a touristic place, it also means that you will be essentially paying, most of the time, paying more than maybe the local, except if you can find a way to speak a bit of Spanish, and actually haggle a little bit. But automatically, the prices will be a bit higher. So, and at the end of the day, for someone who's looking at establishing themselves in Playa del Carmen, you just need to be comfortable with like the city being so touristic, and it being like so populated at times of the year when people are coming down, especially during winter time, to enjoy the nice weather there. So except if you really live far 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 from the beach, but for me, I want to be as close as possible to the beach. So that was one thing that I realized, that if I'm going to be in an area where it's very touristic, that might not be what I will like. So, and Playa del Carmen gets a lot of tourists. I think at one point he even replaced. I think he took the number one international spot for vacation. Like replacing Paris. So just to tell you how popular it is worldwide as a beach destination, as vacation destination. And so the second thing that I really did not enjoy in Playa del Carmen was the fact that there is no Uber. At the time, there was no Uber. I don't know if now they have, but at the time, there is no Uber. So essentially, you have to be, like on the street and calling a taxi, or sometimes there is like an app that you can reserve a taxi. But they know that local people don't book any taxi through an app. So many times I've taken a taxi by myself, kind of like calling them on the street. It was like 100 pesos, and then I'll try to book them through the app. It's like 300 pesos, 400 pesos. If you don't mind paying triple, four times the price because you get the luxury of booking your taxi through an app, then it's fine. But once you know exactly how much is the price, for me at one point it was just like too much. I was just like, listen, I don't feel like be paying three or four times. So here's the thing, right? So at one point I had like three kids with me and my nanny, and how often do I want to be standing under the sun trying to catch a taxi, and then when they come they give you a crazy price, you try to haggle, they drive away. It's just super annoying because the I don't know, the system of taxi is so strong in Playa del Carmen. They have tried many times to have Uber, and they have cancel it again because they get into conflict and all that. So I really did not enjoy that part. And since I'm not really planning, at least not right away, to get a car to whichever place I move to, I was like, I think I would like to have the Uber or like the Didi system, which is their local Uber over there, in place, so I can actually use that versus having to rely on taxi and having to endure their their and their all of their nonsense at times, like people asking me, are you resident here? Yeah, if you're resident, this is the price. If you're not resident, this is the price. I'm like, it's the same distance. What exactly are you trying to tell me? So anyway, so that was one thing that I really did not enjoy. The other thing I did not enjoy as well, which is, I think it's more that's not only Playa del Carmen, it's Mexico, and that's one thing that I have to come to terms with if I decide to move to Mexico, is essentially that you cannot drink the water from the tap. So you always have to have bottled water, get bottled water delivered to you. I guess you, or maybe if you have a way to filter the water, you can also put that in place. But what that does is, honestly, plastic, so much plastic all over the place. Everybody is drinking bottled water everywhere you go. The water has to be bottled, so there's like, I don't know exactly what they do with all of those that plastic after, how they process it, like in terms of environmental uh you know uh it's not environmental friendly. That's just what it is, not eco-friendly at all. And so that's something that, honestly, again, I'm gonna have to come to terms with that, just the way it is, and try to find a way to reduce my footprint when it comes to drinking the water, because I actually drink a lot of water. My kids drink a lot of water because they see me drink a lot of water. So anyway, just like, how do we? I really enjoy here in Ottawa. Just I drink tap water. We all drink tap water in the house, and so just not understanding why they can't find a way to clean the water that people get from the tap much better. That's just me. So anyway, so that's one thing I really not enjoy. Again, that's not specific to Playa del Carmen. It's really specific to Mexico. The I guess the last thing that the I guess that I'm at fourth con right now is, to me, Playa del Carmen, I cannot feel the Mexican culture. The city was built for tourists. People came there to work mainly in hotels, in any touristic attractions, restaurants, all of those things. There is, they don't even have a library. They don't have a post office. They don't have a library. And so to me, I'm like, having young kids, and I would like, to be able to go to the library with the kids and do all of those cultural, I guess, like attend to different cultural events. There's not much of that happening in Playa del Carmen, at least not during the time that I was there. So you really need to get creative yourself. Even like some of the parks where the kids they go to play, like the you go there, and the structures are a bit rusty. They're not even safe for the kids to play with, and so you're just like, okay, well, so you need to get creative. You need to get with other parents, and you guys organize things on your own and whatnot. So it does require you to actually be more involved, and you know here in Ottawa. I just love it. I have 3 parks around my place. I go with the kids. There is a library. There is so many, kids playground or like activities that we can go for free, and I actually enjoy that a lot. And so in Playa it's totally different. So now I have to keep in mind by the time I move abroad from, I move from Canada, the my twins will be probably 3 or 4, so they'll be much older. My oldest will be 6 at the time, so I'll have to see if really I might want to revisit the idea of living in Playa del Carmen. But coming back to the result that I got from the quiz, I have to say it's a solid result. And if you haven't done the quiz yourself, I strongly suggest that you do that, because you might be surprised, right? You might be surprised of the result that you'll get, and that just gives you a point, like, a starting point, something to a city to start looking into. And especially if you haven't thought of that city or that country, you'd be like, oh, that's interesting. Let me look into it. So I'll strongly suggest you do that. And probably when this video comes out, it will be a few days to the Exodus Summit. So if you haven't secured your ticket yet, again, I'm gonna put my affiliate link in the description below here. You can go ahead and get your ticket. I believe the prices, they go up on October 10th. So honestly, don't go and pay the highest price ever. Just pay the price that is there right now, because you're going to be having a blast. I can guarantee you, each of the summit that I've attended, I've loved it. And for me, it's just perfect because it's a long weekend for us in Canada. It's a Thanksgiving weekend, so the Monday is I'm off on Monday, so that'll be perfect. I can really arrange to attend as many sessions as I can. My brother's coming to visit, so I'm gonna put him on on duty to actually look after the kids a bit more, especially for sessions that I want to be focused on, because that summit honestly is amazing if you are serious about moving abroad. So I'm looking forward to it. And before I let you go, again, another summit, if you haven't secured your ticket to the Wealthy Black Women Summit, that's the summit that I organize. This is my second year organizing it, and I'll put a link below as well. So this summit is for Black women who are interested in making money, managing money, growing your money. So we'll be coming together one day, November 16th. That's the day that we'll be coming together. It's a virtual event, and I have an amazing lineup of speakers. You can see on the website for yourself. Secure your ticket as well, because the price, I think the price is going up at the end of October. Still, don't delay. Just buy your ticket. Also share with your friends, anyone that you know might be interested in the summit. And until next time, keep on building wealth. Bye bye.